Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Silent Saturday. I pray you had a blessed and glorious day, that you did something that was beneficial, constructive, and gave you peace and joy. On today, I want to say stop the unnecessary noise. And I say that because so many times we get into conversations or we get into situations where we're communicating and interacting with people, and we start talking before we go to God and pray and ask him or her what it is that we should say to the individual, or how we should interact with them in this situation. And we have to get to the point where we realize that every idle word that we say, or the rambling, cannot be beneficial to not only them but not to us as well, because in the midst of speaking to them, God should also be speaking to our heart. He or she should be able to say something in the midst of helping them deal with their issues that will help us to be able to deal with ours. And so we have to be in a consistent and regular relationship with God, meaning that we're not just going into devotion, we're not just going into our quiet time, we're not just going into our time, with God, and we're saying what we need to say, and we're going through the motions of doing a devotion, and we're not listening to what it is that God wants us to say or God wants us to hear. So we have to get to that point. We have to get to that place where we don't just say idle words, or we don't just ramble, but that we say something that is beneficial to the person that we are talking to. We don't want to be those friends that come and we're pointing out everything that's wrong. We're telling people, oh, you're going through this because God is mad at you. Maybe God is not mad at them. Maybe God is considering them, and they have been chosen for this particular test. So we've got to get to the point where we listen to hear and not to just respond. So many times we're listening, and we're listening so that we can have a response to whatever somebody is saying or whatever somebody is doing, and it cannot be about us. It cannot be about all our life experiences. Now, will God let you interject a life experience, or let you interject something that you've experienced or gone through? Yes, as an example. But if your whole entire conversation is a life experience talk to someone to try to encourage them or uplift them or give them, an insight into how to handle their situation, then that is not being what they need at that time. So on this hashtag Silent Saturday, hashtag hold on, I'm going to put Jesus on that. All issues, hashtag you've been released. This is the time to stop the unnecessary noise. We don't need to sit there and be talking. Sometimes when people come to you, they just want to vent to you. They just want you to listen. And we have to understand, and we have to discern what it is that they want from us. When people come to me, I say, do you want me to be mom? Do you need me to be sister? Do you need me to be pastor? What is it that you need to, or do you just need me to listen? And most times when people say, oh, I need to talk to you, that says to me, they don't want my opinion. They don't want my insight. They want to come and talk to me and tell me what they have to say. Now, there are times when they will say, now, what is your feelings? I said, oh, you said you needed to talk. You didn't say we needed to talk. You said you needed to talk. So we need to listen and clue in to what it is that we need to do in those situations, and not just interject our 2 cents because we think that it is important or beneficial, unless God has given us the insight to say, this is what you need at this time. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you on tomorrow.